Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record-breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street.
Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
Just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw. Strickland eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Looking to throw. Strickland looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. very wisely taken knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the sack on first down, Tua looking for Traylon Burks that time. And now it's third down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Now on fourth down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They'll roll him out right. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Off play action. Strickland. That's Olave bringing in another one. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Olave with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Seahawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Draw play. This is Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 21 carries, 104 yards, and a score as well.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Looking to pass. Tua over the middle into the hands of Burks. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Throwing to start the drive. Strickland looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2 now on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Flush to his right. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Throwing on second and long. Tua, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
So certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And he'll just get rid of it.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Hyde. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Again, it's Hyde. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Olave with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake. Strickland. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Back to throw.
Strickland. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks extend their lead yet again. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point from McManus is good, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 27, Tua. A check down here for Henry. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Tua. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans get a bit closer. Santos with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. Off play action. Strickland, he'll buy some time right. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's got some space here. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Tua going to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Tua now, 3rd and goal. And it's a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Chris Olave
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Looking to throw on second down. Strickland. Wide open receiver, complete. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Strickland, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. They begin with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
144 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off play action. Strickland. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down.
He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Up the middle, high. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll run high. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all weekend.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Up the middle, here's Walker. Down to the 41. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw on second down. Strickland. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 147 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Strickland. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put...
And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Back to throw. Strickland. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check 41. I'm coming for you. You lie.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
173 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Strickland. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on second down. Tua throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And Walker has it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Seahawks, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days.